All right, we're back at it again with another excellent chapter of Black Clover. Excellent in my opinion, of course. I don't know how other people feel about it. I've been seeing a lot of complaints online, especially on Twitter, about Black Clover, but let's just get into the chapter. We're looking at Black Clover Chapter 367, titled Black Bonds. I like that. All right, let's get into it. The chapter starts off with Lucius's control, or spell rather, being unraveled by Asta's Zetan Slash and Damnatio. Standing there in shock and disbelief, he has a flashback moment reminiscing over how he actually underestimated and looked down on the Black Bulls. And he says, "Unbelievable to think that I'd be saved by the Black Bulls." Damnatio lands on the ground with a sigh of relief on his face after being rescued. Asta lands shortly after him, saying to Damnatio, "Sleep now. I promise I'll wake you up too." Asta then runs towards everyone, calling out to them. The Witch Queen, who's lying on the ground, summons her magical orb to observe the kingdom and begins to heal everyone using her blood magic. And the Witch Queen not only heals everyone within her immediate vicinity, she goes on to heal the Black Bulls who fought so hard to distract, or if not deter, Damnatio. The Witch Queen explains how everyone survives by a hair's breadth, and she thanks the quote-unquote bird woman, Sekre, Nero, whatever you like to call her. I call her both. She thanks her and says if it was not for her magic, they probably would not have made it. Sekre is shedding tears, saying thank goodness that her friends managed to survive. The Witch Queen goes on to say, however, catching Vanessa's attention, Vanessa is in shock looking at the Witch Queen. The Witch Queen goes on to say how she's used up nearly all of her remaining strength, and so she begins to wrinkle up. The Witch Queen then offers her seat on the throne to Vanessa. Vanessa's in shock. However, Dorothy has other plans, and she goes on to say, nah, let little old me take the reins on this. Dorothy goes on to say, your big sis here has already had more than her fair share of fun in her teens and 20s. You wouldn't have a problem with that, would you, former Witch Queen? Dorothy then exclaims how the enemies over in the Clover Kingdom are way more powerful than what they are right now, and they'll have to do their best not to die again. The Witch Queen observes the Black Bulls and asks to Asta, you have some tricks up your sleeve, don't you, anti-magic boy? Of course, Asta's like, yeah, thanks. Of course I do. Asta then calls out to Libe, summoning the Demon Dweller's sword. As Asta summons the Demon Dweller's sword, he has a flashback of his time in Hino country when him, Ichika, and Ryuga were on the beach and they were training and they were talking. Ryuga goes on to analyze anti-magic and asks Asta if he could apply his anti-magic power to something, right? And he noticed it, of course, with his eye that Asta has been able to apply it to things such as Yami's katana. As Ryuga continues to analyze Asta's anti-magic power, he asks a very good question. If you can grant anti-magic power to items or things, why can't you grant them to people? Ryuga uses the perfect example. He uses the time when Asta used the Demon Dweller sword for the first time, and he used Noelle's water magic to throw a slash at the Diamond Kingdom's strongest mage at the time, Mars. Ryuga goes on to continue to tell Asta more about his anti-magic power and his Zetan training and how he's improved significantly, stating to Asta there's a good chance you can pull this off. Anti-magic and anti-magic power are unknown entities. As we come back to the present, Asta lifts up the Demon Dweller's sword and shoots out beams of anti-magic in several directions. The beams of anti-magic power that blasted from the Demon Dweller's sword landed on each member of the Black Bulls, endowing them with the abilities of anti-magic in their own respects. Asta then declared, we the Black Bulls are the strongest, as they all stand together, clad in black magic, or rather black anti-magic, with Asta saying the final line, let's go save the world. Thus ending chapter 367, Black Bonds of Black Clover manga. I'm excited about this chapter. I'm excited about each chapter of Black Clover, but this one in particular got quite a stir online. Some of the things that I've noticed that have been said about Black Clover, some of the upset that I've seen in reference to this chapter in particular of Black Clover, along with other chapters, is its comparison to Naruto and how similar the storylines are, the abilities of some characters, and various other elements, i.e. Asta being able to share his anti-magic power being compared to Naruto sharing Kurama's chakra with the allied shinobi army. Well, in my opinion, this was already foreshadowed. How do I know this? Let's think back on it. Way back when Licht, Lumiere, Asta, and the Black Bulls and all of the brigades fought against the first demon introduced to the series, Zagred. Lumiere and Licht combined their magic to create a light magic force field using the Demon Dweller Sword, of course, to cover every ally they had fighting against Zagred with Lumiere's light magic to protect them from Zagred's corrosion magic. So we can't say this wasn't foreshadowed. It's an ability that had been foreshadowed pre-time skip. I mean, it was before all of what we see today. So we can't say Black Clover is copying Naruto per se, because this is something that happened way back when. I didn't hear anybody saying anything, or I didn't see anybody saying anything about it then. So it's just kind of weird to see it now. I guess it's because anti-magic is the element that's being shared instead of light magic and Licht's own magic. However, I get the frustration. It seems like it's a copy and paste, especially with Ryuga's Tenketsu. His eye technique is similar to that of the Sharingan. It has clairvoyant abilities. Everybody wants to point out the Tomo, which have been used in various other series, of course. But in this particular series, due to it being Shonen and Naruto being so close to it, we want to get upset about that. I mean, I get their frustration. The devils, the demon dwelling within, and all of that in comparison to Naruto. Asta and Libe, Naruto, Kurama. I get your frustrations, but this is a different story. We're not getting ninja, shinobi, or somewhat samurai. We're getting some samurai. However, this is in combination to wizards, knights, and kingdoms in regard. And I do appreciate what Yuki Tabata has produced. Again, this is not a story about shinobis and villages and, tailed beast demons. This is a story about wizard kingdoms, the 4 to 5 wizard kingdoms, of which is forest and all these other elements that stand to be different than what Naruto offered. I don't like to compare Naruto to this one, even though it's shown and it's all action. I do appreciate that aspect and similarity of it because I grew up shonen like most of us have. But this is a different story. I cannot compare the two, or rather, I don't want to compare the two because I'm not looking for Naruto and Asta. I'm not looking for Sasuke and Yuno or any of the other characters. Despite those similarities, I see a difference, and I want to focus on that difference and not look at the similarities, because of course at that point it takes out the enjoyment for me, because I can't enjoy this series if I'm looking at, let's compare Bleach to it. Ichigo and Asta. Ichigo wasn't fully a loud character. Asta's a loud character, but they're main protagonist. Ichigo had Uryu. Uryu could be compared to Sasuke and Yuno. But, I mean, if I were to take that route, that takes the fun out of it for me, and I, for one, don't want to lose that. So, I enjoy Black Clover for what it has to offer. I'm grateful to Yuki Tabata for giving us such an amazing story. I hate to see it end so suddenly. I know that the end is coming very soon. I hope they can extend it until 2025, but, I mean, hey, all great things have to come to an end. I just look forward to seeing how the story closes. So I'm here for it. I did not see that Black Clover would be on a break in the next coming week after this week. So I'm assuming that we may be getting another chapter. However, I've read that Shonen Jump may be going on break either for Golden Week or for whatever various other reasons they may have to take their break. But we won't be on hiatus, so that's the best part about this. So I don't care if we take another break. I waited for this chapter, I'll wait for the next, so long as we don't have to wait months. And I'll go ahead and wrap the video up on that note. The official translations drop Sunday. Be sure to support the mangaka however you decide to do it, if it's via Viz, Shonen, Crunchyroll, or Funimation. Until then, you guys take care, like and subscribe, support the channel, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.